Hello, 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 hello. Right. Time to go live, do we think? Time to go live. Should I move this out of the way? Should I do that? Is that any better? Not really, is it? Not to worry. How are we all? Should we play some music while we're waiting? Oh, there's a little thing there. What's that? There we go. Okay. I thought a little bit Christmas. Bit Christmas? Not that I'm really going to do Christmas. Hi, Martin. How are you? I just thought I'd go a little bit Christmassy. Do you know what I mean? How are we all? Hello, Emma. How are you? Thank you for joining. Jane, welcome to YouTube. Maybe I should have had the music out before I tried to start playing this. Maybe I'll do a different song. You can all sing along at home. I'll take requests. What can I say? Do you know what I mean? I'm here for it. I haven't gone live for so long. So I thought I had a night off panto because I haven't got a panto tonight. So I thought I'd do a live. And I'm in the studio, which means I can play the piano as I'm doing it. How are you all doing? How is everybody doing? How is everybody feeling? Are we getting excited about Christmas? Are we dreading Christmas? Where are we at? Are we enjoying the Farage meltdowns? Are we not enjoying them? There are so many questions. Should we go for a little sort of, I don't know, a little jazzy? That's a bit crunchy, wasn't it? Okay, so Jane, how are you? Are you getting ready for all Christmas? Martin, are you getting ready for Christmas? Emma, are you getting ready for Christmas? Who else is there? There are people there hiding as well. Who's hiding? Say hello. I was just reading that they've now, it's 7. You're ready, Martin. Very good. What are you doing for Christmas? You staying at home? You going out? What are you doing? Tell all. I was just reading that the Guardian have just said now there's 7 Brexit UKIP MEPs have come under that investigation with Nathan Gill. At home, Martin. Emma, the tree is up. Our tree is up as well. We put our tree up last weekend. When did yours go up? And we've got, as you'll know, I've got a little puppy. So we thought maybe the tree would be coming down rather quickly as well. However, puppy not interested in tree. Good news. Good news. Because God knows he's interested in everything else. Is anybody over Christmas? Oh, yours are very good, Emma. I know people are over Christmas already. Yes, you're slowly getting ready, Jane. I have, because I'm in the office. So it's a really useful place for Santa's stuff because the children aren't allowed here. So my office is a little bit crowded. But that's okay. Because come December the 26th, my office will be my own space again. notice my stool keeps going down. I've got a little hydraulic stool, which I always use, obviously, for playing the keyboard. A little wheelie stool. You can't see that, but it's a wheelie stool. So it's great for playing and working on the keyboard. And yet, I think it's fair to say, I think my hydraulic mechanism is breaking, because every so often, it's going now, it sort of starts to sink. It's either that or it's cue, I need to lose even more weight, which it could also be true, it has to be said. Now I might see how we're doing. If anybody has got any sort of requests, any song requests, I might do that. I used to do that on TikTok, didn't I? I'll do that, but don't forget, predominantly it's got to be musical theatre, because I haven't got anything else. So I play in panto every night. Little children. Oh, very good, Emma. The stockings will be ready for Christmas Eve. Very good. Do you have older children there, Emma? Or no children at all, and it's just you stuffing your own stocking? Which sounds quite bad, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Panto, I'm doing an adult panto again, Jane. The one that I did last year, I'm at the RVT, the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. But I'm doing, this year it's called Growled, Growled. And so far it's had 2 reviews and they've both been 5-star. So we're very happy. It's a very, very funny panto, I have to say. I love the RVT pantos because bizarrely, even though I've done quite a few adult pantos, I sometimes find them a little bit icky. Do you know what I mean? A little bit too crude. Whereas the RVT panto isn't too crude. It's very funny, very political. So obviously I like it. And it's an amazing cast. So I'm at the RVT again. Hello, strange English lyricist. How the devil are you? And thanks for all your lovely comments, by the way. Did you, Martin? Martin, you're Chichester Martin, aren't you? I didn't want to assume, but it is you, isn't it? How was it? 20 and 30. Oh, wow. Very good. Very good. That must be a nice age now to have Christmas. You see, mine are 13 and 9. So we're past Santa, but we're still on Let's Hide the Prezzies. It's supposed to be brilliant, Martin. You're chilling, strange English lyricist. Very nice. Painting, listening to little text. Very good, very good. What are you painting? Like landscape painting or decorating painting? What sort of painting? Do you want some more laid back music for painting? Sort of. Oh, very good. No, it doesn't stop, Emma. Everybody says that to me. Look, so strange English lyricist, this is just for you, so it helps your painting. Is that kind of helping? Or is that really off-putting? Brit, how the bloody hell are you? You can still pull the wool. No, we can't pull the wool over my son's eyes. We've been there, gone there, got the t-shirt. You're a goth. Oh, well, if you're a goth, you want a minor? Bit more brooding. Brit, how are you? How's the shoulder? Oh, to do with war. Dear. I thought we could go funky with the war. Which one did you like though? I've changed now. D sharp minor. Okay, D sharp minor. There's your D sharp minor. You want a little contrast into E major. Hey Sylvia, how are ya? Strange English lyricist as requested. Oh, don't apologise. How are you? How do you find time to do pattern research and post plus have 2 young children? Oh, and I teach as well, so yeah, it's quite busy. Well, to be honest, how do I do it? So Panto, that's kind of easy now. You would have noticed that my posts got a lot less for a period of time when I was doing Panto. So whereas I tend to post a couple of times a day, usually, as soon as Panto kicked off, I limited it to once a day, just because I didn't have time. And then, sort of in my breaks, I have a little scan around to see what's going on in the world. Unfortunately, because people like Farage do so much shit every day, there's always loads to talk about. So that's not too bad, actually, to find the stuff. And then I have 2 young children. Well, the children, obviously, I fit in the posts around the children as opposed to the children fitting around the posts. So we kind of manage. We kind of manage, and then yes. So you'll notice some days. So I teach on a couple of days as well as doing the show. So you'll notice those days are, or you'll notice that I post really late. So I come home from the show, obviously a little bit buzzy, and then I'll post. So like the day's video won't go up until 11:30, nearly midnight, because I would have done a day at work. I would have done the show, and then I come home and a bit hyper, and I come to the office and do a post. So you can kind of tell when I'm particularly busy. And people that have followed me for donkey's years now, they'll also tell you that if I'm procrastinating, if I've got loads of, because I work sometimes at home, that if I've got loads of work to do at home, I'll post loads more because I'm basically procrastinating. That's what I do. Hit all the black keys randomly and work on a cruise ship. I could do that. Strange English lyricist. All the black keys. I used to do quite a bit of cocktail piano. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've got arthritis. Oh, very good. Have you got another operation coming, Britt? Not looking forward to work. Is it rain all day tomorrow, Sylvia? Yeah, absolutely, Strange English. Please do. Yeah, I know. It honestly, politically. In fact, more than that, I sort of kind of want to do some stuff away from Farage, but he just keeps being Farage, doesn't he? So it's quite hard to then kind of go, oh, and there's something else as well. I'm hoping it's not raining all day tomorrow. I've got to do my little sort of 1.5 hour ride to college to teach. Yeah, the black notes are useful, aren't they? Because at least you can do white, black, white. I haven't played that for years. But anyway, lots of black notes there. Hi, Adrian. Farage meltdown. It is, isn't it? And I'm fascinated how much worse he's going to get. Because here's my theory, right? Because he's clearly like Trump, right? But I don't think as a nation we'll tolerate it as much as the Americans have with Trump. I think eventually people will get pissed off. Paddington was so good at scripting. No, it's not touring, Emma, because it's only just opened in the West End, but it's going to be there for a very long time, I suspect. I haven't watched it yet, but everybody's talking about it. In fact, I can't wait for Panto to be over to go and see it. Brit. Pain was caused, the shoulder dislodged, they removed the implant, have to go again. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, or read that. How long do you have to wait for the next one? There's lots of people lurking in the background, I can see. If you're lurking, please do say hello. Don't just be having a lurk. Look, that hydraulic stool has gone down again, hasn't it? I can feel it because all of a sudden my playing position changes. His life would be melted if he had to stop the victim of CRISPR. Yeah, he's not though, is it? He's going to have to stick with that. It's going to get worse though, I think. I think more people are going to come forward and we're going to hear more and more stories of him being racist later on as an adult. Of course, the fact of the matter is, his supporters don't care because they fundamentally agree with him. And we all know, don't we? Like, we all know he's a racist. Which is bizarre why people are going, oh, I can't believe he would do that. It's not like he's suddenly become really lovely. Like, he's still the same person. He is like a child. He's just entitled. But he's thick, and I don't really understand why more people aren't noticing that he's thick. Hello, Tim. You're not lurking, you're observing. Well, welcome to the observation. Thank you for contributing lots, Tim. I've been reading your comments. He is a Nepo baby. I keep saying that. He's a Nepo trader. Left school, no qualifications, went into trading like his dad, left when it got too hard, and became disgruntled. He's chasing the money, right? Surgery February. Oh no, Brit. But are you in as much pain as you were before that operation? Printers are amazing, aren't they? Maybe I'll stop playing for a little bit. I'm playing a lot. You just got an AD. What's an AD? Sylvia, what's an AD? An ad? Oh, did you get an ad on this? Deputy Dick. But why, Adrian? Right, tell me. I'm going to stop playing for a little bit. Tell me why I don't like them. Tell me, why aren't the press... Oh, advertising. Why aren't the press talking about Deputy Dick? It's because I'm monetized on here now. So it's that, Sylvia. I don't understand why Deputy Dick is not being scrutinised. He keeps doing the rounds for Farage, but it's only Zia shouldn't really be asked about the Russian connection. Deputy Dick and Farage should be, but nobody's asked it, even though Deputy Dick was away with a Russian oligarch in the summer. Like, we should be asking these questions, right? Why is Zia bothering? No, I think, well, I don't know, Jane. I'm saying no, like I absolutely know. I think Zia bothers because Zia's a narcissist. So Zia just wants power, I think, and he can get it with Farage. I think Farage knows he's stupid, and he thinks Zia is the brains that he needs. That's what I reckon. Because by all accounts, Zia's not very nice, is he? And you kind of see that. You see him being a bit spiky. But Zia also has named that he wants to be the Chancellor for Reform, but so is Deputy Dick. So there's going to be problems between Zia and Deputy Dick. Tim, if Farage does come here, he will absolutely hate it. Yeah, well, he can't do the job, though, can he? He's going to be like Boris on steroids. He's going to be horrific. Jane, how are you? How's the family? How's the grandchildren? Are you getting ready for Christmas? I think Zia really is quite scary, actually. I think in terms of he's quite a power player, isn't he? Deputy Dick Lice, as some people call Dick Lice. I used to call him Gimp Boy Dick, didn't I, for ages? Yeah. Oh, completely, Sylvia. Completely. Oh, don't apologise, Jane. Well, I don't know. A strange English lyricist. I think what's interesting about Zia, isn't it, is the cognitive dissonance that that man must have to sit there and say, let's get rid of all these people that look like this when he looks like that. Like there is some level that you would think that hits deep down. And what must his parents think? Like, what must it? Is it just that the ambition of becoming part of the government supersedes everything else? Well, it must be self-loathing, though, right? He's not married, is he, Zia? He hasn't got a family. The BBC investigation into it, wasn't it the BBC one that discovered that he was a bit dodge and he'd had a bit doge. He had those, a couple of women had expressed concern around him for stalking online and stuff. Just not very nice. But he doesn't come over, does he? He doesn't come over as very nice. Yeah. I see the government is giant. Well, it is though, isn't it, Sylvia? It really is. Brit, all the big guns are here. The original gang are here. We just need Dave and Andy and we're sorted now. I think. Who else? Who else is normally over there? Emma, I think they'll start in fight. Well, it's yeah, I agree, Jane. They are infighting, aren't they? Camilla Tominey, the Telegraph woman, has questioned Farage on that already, and Farage got really arsy about it. But there's something as well, isn't there? Because Zia was at one point a director of the company, and then his name got taken off when he resigned because he said Reform weren't fit to govern, which he was right. And then he went back, but by that point, Dick Tice had taken over the company again. And Reform, two splinter groups. Interesting. Who are the two splinter groups? Strange. Is it it's thingy? Is it Zia and Tice? Mark, hello. What sandwiches were you making, Mark? Was it something nice? Go check. Go check. I don't want to be rude and check when I'm on. Now you said sandwiches, Mark. I fancy a sandwich. But no, well, thank you. You've put me off. I can't stand peanuts. Peanut butter. I'm not like knock yourself out, Mark. Enjoy it. It's not with any judgment, but honestly, I'd have to leave the room. I can't even stand the smell. I can't tell you how to find. Oh, very good. Yeah. Ristil. What was that? Trust. I find trust, as you all know, I find trust fascinating. The part of me that's a mental health professional really worries about her, and then the part of me that's really interested in politics, I just think, wow. Oh, Restore and Advance. Yes, well, they've been splintered for quite some time, and now Rupert Lowe has started his own political party called Make Yarmouth Great Again or something. I don't know. But anyway, in his local constituency, I put it in a video the other day, he's polling at 44%. Yes, she has, Sylvia. But that says it all, doesn't it, really? That like a former PM is now like a content creator on YouTube. Mind you, I guess that means I could become a PM. I am sure it could go the other way as well. I'd be shit. We all know that. But at least my press conferences would be good fun, right? I could have the keyboard at the side of me and just sing a song. Her YouTube channel, she had Alex Phillips on, as a guest, and Matt Goodwin as her first guest, because there's nothing that says dodgy like Matt. Matt Goodwin is sinister, isn't he? I find Matt Goodwin sinister. Or has he been radicalized? That's my other question. I think it was interested by this. I'm never sure whether these people were already radicalized or whether they'd become radicalized. And I always get the sense with him, he's gone further and further down that path, and now he's like fully down there. Another, yeah, well, Restore Britain wasn't a party, it was a think tank or something, which still goes on. People paid to be part of it, to have an opinion. But his party, no, he's formed that. I did, Sylvia. I did go straight to the YouTube channel and I missed out my stint as Prime Minister, which I'm really gutted about, because seemingly I need only have done it for about 50 days and I would have made a bloody fortune. So I'm gutted as hell about that. Tim, I actually think you would make a better piano. No, Tim, I'd be awful. I'm not very diplomatic. I would be a disaster. It would be an international, I don't know, I'd create a scene. My face gives it all away. And I'm not, I think, like joking aside, I think it must be so hard to be a politician, because so often you have to give up what you believe in for the greater good of everything else. You're always compromising, and I think I'd be shit at that. Because you just can't go in and do everything you want, can you? You know, that's impossible. So from all parties, I have a lot of admiration for those people that feel like they can change the system from within. I just could not do it at all. But then I also struggle with collective responsibility, even though I think it's probably quite useful. But then if it is useful, then I don't understand why they get in and then go against the collective responsibility. Emma, why do they do it? Who'd want to do it? But this is it. Well, I genuinely think the vast majority of politicians go into it because they want to make things better. I still believe, even the shit ones, I think they believe they want that they can make things better. I think there are exceptions to the rule. I don't think Boris Johnson thought you could make anything better. He just wanted to be Prime Minister. I don't think Nigel Farage could make anything better. He just wants to make money. So there are clear differences, aren't there? But I think I was reading. Has anybody else read the Observer article today on Keir Starmer? And thorn aside, like yes, the strange. The thorn in the side is his media company that he gets all his GB News things paid into. Oh, Zach Polensky. I feel sorry for people that not as in, like, I genuinely feel sorry for people that desperately want Zach to be the answer, because I don't think he is. Although, oh my God, saying that, did anybody else see Zara Sultana this morning on Laura Kuenssberg? I mean, I know, like, my regulars will know I've got no time for it, but seriously, what on earth? Sort of sad. She's too decent. Oh, that's very kind of you, Britt. It's been a while since somebody said that I play with a straight bat, but thank you very much. All of the company. Oh yeah, no, he's completely tied up with them. Strange. Most PM age. Yeah, they do, don't they? Like, starkly age. Do you think maybe somebody just says, "Oh, they want me"? I don't think it would, though, Tim. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it would be good. I genuinely think Starmer is probably very good for being considered. Like, as dull as dishwater, isn't he? But probably very good at that sort of global political level. Runs a lot through probably takes huge speaking. Yeah. It's the National Conservative Convention thing, that NatCon. That's where he makes most of his money, which is run by Steve Bannon. That's it, yeah. And Suella as well, she was there quite a bit. There are quite a few. They might be on my TikTok, but there's quite a few videos about all of that. Although I don't recommend going back through all my videos. Sometimes somebody says to me, which video did I say something on? And I'm buggered if I can remember. I think Farage's link to something like a Project 2025 in the UK is terrifying, isn't it? But again, why aren't the media, at least so part of the establishment, why aren't the media sort of doing some investigations around him? Tim, going back to your thing about PM's age, don't you think Barack Obama aged really well? As in, like, he became a real silver fox, didn't he? Just as an aside. Yes, Reform 2025 is now the Reform Party's limited company. They swapped it back and forth a couple of times, but that's now their main account. Well, it was originally called the Brexit Party, and it became Reform. So there's another, you'll find that he's opened another account. It was this year, wasn't it, in 2025, which was the one that was supposed to be called Reform 2025, and then he changed the names on both of them and swapped them around. Yeah, I think Rishi Sunak knew he wasn't going to be going the distance, didn't he, really? Bless him. Obama has a clear conscience. Well, Adrian, do you think, I wonder whether any president, prime minister ever can have a clear conscience? Because at some point, they would have all done something that contributed to somebody dying. Wouldn't they? Just by the nature of the job. So I wonder how much of a clear conscience any of them have. For sure, they can say that they did it for the greater good, which I'm sure they did. But I don't know. How would you sleep knowing that your decision has resulted in something terrible? Starmer's a lot grayer, isn't he? I think. Going back to the thing, sorry, because I waffled on. Did anybody read the article in the Observer today on Starmer? Well, in fairness, Rishi left whenever he kind of had enough of the Tories, didn't he? Yeah, well, Mark, yes, for sure. But actually, there are good chief execs that aren't psychopaths. Speaking as a former chief exec. Yeah, Jane, I think it is a good piece, actually. Well, it's clearly a puff piece, right? But I tell you what I think, and we've said this before. We've said it before about different things, because he just doesn't come across, does he, at all, with any humanity. And then every so often, I think more than other PMs, he really does. I think when you saw him embracing the people after the Hillsborough bill passed, or it was on its way, I thought he was really human then. When he spoke about losing his brother, I thought he was really human. I wish politicians would speak in their authentic voices as opposed to in the political dribble that they come out with. Because what struck me, but then this could very well be my bias, not with Starmer, because I'm a bit ambivalent actually towards him, but in terms of working class, is that he does come over like a working class bloke, always, I think. And it's a shame we don't see that side of him a little bit more, I think. Because he's deemed to be Sir Keir Starmer, he's deemed to be part of the establishment, whereas he most definitely didn't come up through the establishment. And whenever he's interviewed, it just strikes me how intrinsically working class he is. And I guess for those of us who are working class, which is, the confirmation bias, there is something that you can never take away from people, I don't think. And I know that I think it's you it offends, isn't it, Britt? But it's it feels very authentic. Uh, I don't, but strange. Rishi didn't choose when he left. He had to go, really, didn't he? Really high emotional, or they're psychopaths, just to be honest. Yes, for sure, Tim. Well, I would think, Jane, I think it'd be interesting to find out what we'd feel about him if the press didn't keep writing these ridiculous pieces on him. If the press didn't keep telling us that he's shit, I wonder what we'd actually feel about him. I also think it's interesting, and I've said this before, that a lot of the people that are against him will still always talk about his integrity as a human. And I think that's quite rare. And I wonder whether, if anything, he's being incredibly naive, thinking, like, he clearly thinks that as long as he does the job well, everybody will come round. And I don't think that's necessarily true, because people have to feel the job having been done well. And I do think over time he's going to prove to be quite consequential. His legacy will be consequential. But whether he is, I don't know. But I think of all the people that we have at the moment that are in those leadership roles, I'm still quite pleased as him. Well, I think, Britt, we all know why he chose the election 9 months early. Like, everything was about to collapse, right? Like, it's not like things were ticking along really well. They knew that they hadn't funded enough. Everything was unfunded. They had reduced the taxes even though we couldn't afford it. The prison service, they knew, was just about to collapse. Like, they literally knew everything was going to cave in on them. Hi, Pablo. Well, I think all the legacy parties need better comms, don't they? Like, if they don't embrace social media, if they don't embrace short form video and do it quite quirky, they don't stand a chance. And this idea that you can just put out, his posts on X are ridiculous. Why he's on X, I don't know. But the thought that you can get a really clear narrative across to the public by talking about national renewal, I think is really stupid. And actually, I think people need to have a clearer narrative. Like, stop talking about national renewal. Say what it actually is that you're doing. So he uses ethereal terms, and I suspect that that's not him, but that's the comms, isn't it? That's what the media people at Labour are saying. But the Tories ones do the same. And then you've got the cut throughs like the Robert Jenricks, who really do get social media, who are cutting through because their simplistic versions sell voters. I think whoever's in government is a balancing act, isn't it, Adrian? I think they were all saying the Rwanda that they only agreed with the Rwanda scheme when they were taking collective responsibility. All of them had said before they were in government that it wasn't working. Yeah, no, Jane, but I still think, like, I thought Rishi Sunak was terrible, but he still struck me as a bit of a decent bloke. I don't think he was a good PM, but he does and did strike me as a decent bloke that was trying. I think he was just a little bit out of his depth. Jane always sits on the fence. Oh, Sylvia, I didn't say anything interesting. Same old shit. Hello, Kevin. How are you? It's what they do for us, but let's judge them after full term. He's done a lot of this shit. Well, I think this is what's interesting, isn't it? Because they have done loads. You might not like everything they've done, but they certainly haven't been just sitting on their hands doing nothing. There's been no treading water, which again, like, baffles me with this thing of, well, they should have thought about what they were going to do before they got into government. Because it seems to me that they did, and they have. But it's not, as people that have followed me for ages know, I wasn't particularly sold on them at all. But in fairness, I do think they have done what they said they were going to do on the tin. I think the fact of the matter is, isn't it, that a lot of people didn't like what was on the tin because people are still reeling about Corbyn and stuff. Yeah, Sylvia, I know. Nick Ferrari. But Nick Ferrari is just a joke, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, literally. But I think, you see, I think people like Ferrari, and I could very well be wrong, so I'm sorry, I don't want to slander him. But I think he has to defend Farage for his words, because I'd put money on Nick Ferrari said the same words. Or, you know, in some form or another. I would bet. Oh, just I've just had a couple of buzzes here. Just a reminder, if you don't know, I do a Substack now. Do go and have a little read. The links are around somewhere. But I might put the link here after all. Or maybe I could do it now. I could do that, couldn't I? That would make sense. Hang on. Me trying to find it out. Like, this is a link to my latest Substack. I'll put it up here. But do you have a little read? Not that I'm Substacking that often, but every so often it's like, oh, I can't quite get it into the video, so I just want to write it out. He's of Italian origin, so it's Cenconi, not proud of it. Oh, interesting, Sylvia. God, you're showing your age. Strange. Talking about Eurotrash. Nick Ferrari has always been a right-wing stooge, though, hasn't he? Oh, completely. Ah, very good, Strange. The right, Pablo, you're absolutely right. It's interesting, isn't it? As the right-wing press keeps saying that there's no growth, and yet it was their support of Brexit that has facilitated the mess that we're in. No, I don't necessarily think Eurotrash should have aired when it did, Brit, to be fair. That said, that was like back in the days when I'd be probably coming home, maybe having had one too many. So I think I quite enjoyed it. A collagen disorder. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Loads of pain. Gosh, that must be really difficult. Ah, EDS. I have a couple of friends with EDS. Really tricky, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Brit, you talk about Eurotrash would never be able to air today. You're sounding a bit Farage, you know. You should ask them for an apology. You're reform. Oh, everybody's got a relative that votes reform. I was just kidding when Eurotrash aired, and I definitely should have been. I forget that you're a youngster, Brit. I think I must have been in college. It was when there was nothing else on late at night, right? So what do we think, an almost middle-aged youngster, what do we think happens next to Farage? How long does he hold on? Because he's just going to hope that this is just going to go away, right? Is he going to manage it, do we think? He's in Abu Dhabi today at the Grand Prix. Winning every argument in the room, I just say. That's funny, Jane. There's somebody over on my TikTok who just keeps writing that under every post now. Bernard Manning. Was something like Bernard Manning's family complained about him using him as an example. I bought my dad, what did I buy him? Well, quite a few of those sitcoms that everybody's been talking about. And then I watched one with him. Like, this was a couple of years ago when DVDs were big news. So he had the box set of, all of them. So there's nothing else to buy him. But we got him Mind Your Language, and we sat and watched a little bit of one. I mean, it's horrific, isn't it, what we were watching? But now with better education, we know not to. But it does show you that we are evolving as a race. More Russian stuff. Definitely, Pablo. Definitely. More Brexit MEPs revealed today to be part of the Russian investigation. But nobody's asking about it. Everybody's forgotten it. Well, I wonder what else will come out with the Epstein revelations, because they're due out, aren't they, within the next 2 weeks? So whilst there's no suggestion that Farage is part of all that seedy stuff going on, but I do think that more will come out about Bannon and Epstein, and that will be interesting, because Farage is right in the middle of all of that. Beginning of the end, where will the cult go? Well, you see, this is their dilemma, though, isn't it? Because they really need Farage for the press. But without him, reform don't exist. So they can't get rid of him because they need him. I find it fascinating. I think it would be really interesting if Zia's ego got to such a degree that he thought he could beat Farage. Because then he'd take over, I reckon, and then that would be the end of it. That was wild. I believe him as a couple in my lifetime. But all of those programs were a bit wild, though, weren't they, Britt? Or you're too young. Yeah, Farage, you're right. Farage would deport. But all of his policies, I keep saying it. Why don't more people understand that Nigel Farage is thick? Like, intellectually, he is really limited, which is why he deflects, which is why he patronizes. He can't grasp any detail, which is why he ends up saying stuff in Wales like, let's reopen the pits. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. And then says, I'm just floating the idea. So he really is dumb, I think. You need somebody to really debate him, don't you? Like somebody that really knows their stuff. And not allow him to just talk over people. But that's a technique, right? It's a technique that stupid bullies use. I do find him fascinating. Anyway, is it time for some more music, do we think? Should we have another little excellent communicator? Okay, so I've got a theory on this. I think he's capturing young men, not like that, but young men without a really dominant father figure, with dominant mums. And Farage becomes that man, which is why he deliberately said that he admired Andrew Tate. So he could take over that mantle. And if you look at all the men, all those young men that he has, like the Jamie McIvors and Joseph Boehms and all of that, I'd be really interested to know their backgrounds and what their mums are like. And they're all of an ilk as well, aren't they? And he's got a lot of people that are really vulnerable as well. People that don't normally fit in, are being led to believe that they fit in with reform. I don't think it is the middle-aged dads. Oh, you think that of them? It's unsatisfied people. Tim, if it wasn't for the Machiavellian games manager, would have nothing. Yeah, he is. It's complete manipulation. Jane Davidson. I know, Adrian, and he's still around doing it. But now we've got Katie Hopkins, haven't we? Who's like their female Jim Davidson. The last hurrah. Maybe Jim Davidson should stand for their parliament. That was pretty. Okay, so we're coming up to the last 5 minutes, so you know what that means. What is everybody doing tomorrow? Oh, what do you think then, Jane? Do you think I'm wrong? I don't like him at all. And I don't trust him, and I think he's just a left-wing populist. I think he's about ego. But I also appreciate the fact that he's cutting through, and I think that's really good for political discourse. I find him just a little bit uncomfortable, if I'm honest, and I don't really know why. I'm sort of unclear with that myself. And I think it's since that the sun sting on him and that sort of hypnotherapy thing. That's really bad form, I think. And the fact he hasn't really explained that away. Hello, Laura, how are you? Look, you're here on the tail end, but it's very nice to see you. How are the badgers? Oh, like the gang's all here. Oh yeah, I don't think you will at all, Jane. I can't believe that they're seriously talking about NATO, should they? And I find that terrifying. But I can also think of a time when I would have thought that was good. Pet grey squirrels, of course you do. Have you moved? Or are you still looking? May serve as a purpose is cutting through. Yes, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right, Mark, and I think it's really useful for that. I just wish he was over the policy a bit more, because it would be great to have a populist that was. Ah, brilliant! Congratulations! Oh, you must be thrilled. Arnold Snorterpigger and Piggy Smalls today. Well, welcome to the Peppa Pigs. Oh, I'm so pleased for you, Laura. I know that's what you really wanted. Very full of it. Yes, no, I bet you are. I bet you are. Nice fresh start, right? Haven't you got your award ceremony soon? Or has that already been? It's been, hasn't it? It was earlier in the year. And did you win? You were up for an award. So it's all coming flooding back to me. See me trying to hold on to everybody's story, having not gone live for ages. Hopefully, once Panto's finished, my intention is to try to do regular Sunday lives. So I might do one next week. Well, we'll see. But then after Christmas, so I thought I'd try it out today to see what happened. It's been. That was it, yeah. And how did you do? And what show did you decide to see in the end as well? Yay! Look, a little fanfare. Well done, congratulations. I hope you like the fanfare. Yeah, I was thinking every Sunday, but I have a meeting already planned next Sunday, and then I go into Panto for a couple of Sundays. But then maybe after Christmas, once Panto has calmed down. To be honest, it's as much because I really like the term Sunday roast. I thought that was quite apt. Maybe by the time I do regular lives, my little hydraulic stool will stop going down all the time. Maybe I'll treat myself to a new one. Do you think I should end on a little Christmas carol? What did I do before we started? I did Frosty the Snowman, didn't I, at the beginning? Which one should we do now, do we think? Something a bit Christmassy. See, I can't even think. I know Sunday, I was quite pleased with it, Jane. I spent ages trying to think what it was going to be. So it has to be on a Sunday, so you can't have a roast any other day, can you? Or a whole house. Good. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so pleased, though. Does it feel better there, Laura? Okay, it is coming up to my last sort of minute. Now then, everybody, what are you doing before we say goodbye? What are you doing tomorrow? This is your chance. Quickly, tell me. Me, I'll go first. I'm teaching tomorrow, and then I have the show in the evening. Good, Laura. I'm pleased to hear that you're happier. That's good, and you all feel safe. I was saying that I'm teaching an hour and a half away. So, Sylvia, you've concerned me about the weather now because I didn't check it. Which means actually I might do that now because that's the kind of edgy person I am. I'm like, yeah, it does say it's going to rain tomorrow. You're absolutely right, Sylvia. But I don't think it rains. It doesn't rain until I'm on my way to the Panto. So if it doesn't rain first thing in the morning, I'll be very happy. Right, the rest of you, what are you up to? Laura, delivering a session of secondary school. Ah, very good. Christmas shopping, enjoy Brit. Okay, it's a good thing. Okay, Jane, we like that. Anybody else still there to tell me what you're doing tomorrow? Because we're going to get the ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba in a minute, and you're going to be sad that you haven't said it. And that's it, everybody. That's the end of Tad's Sunday Roast, the first of what might be many. Thank you so much for joining me. Lovely to see my TikTokers here. Thank you for those new people that joined. And let's see when it's going to happen again. Everybody take care, as you were.